today, the purpose of this call is to really give you some training and some insight so you could get more familiar with this incredible product TCL, and so you could absolutely master how to demonstrate and acquire customers with this incredible product. How many of you guys actually have the product with you right now? So because some of the things I go over, if you have it with you right now, you're going to be able to actually go through it to make sure that you fully understand it, and you could actually experience with me so you could understand the full features. I'm going to go over some of the features in TCL 10 Plus phone. You cannot find, if you have an iPhone or Samsung or other phones, that you cannot find the features in other phones. It's only available in the device that's in our hands, which is TCL 10 Plus. So before I go into some of the training portion, I want to actually share a few slides and kind of share with you the excitement of how everybody's feeling about this incredible product. You know, as here, let's take a look here. You know, this amazing product you see here, obviously we are so excited, you know, because this is a product that we've been waiting for, but we've been preparing for over a year of time. You know, the whole thing started when October of 2019, which is almost a year and a half ago, I saw a video clip of TCL presenting their prototype, their concept model product in Europe just to show off their technology. We saw the video, me and a couple of the partners, and we thought, hey, we need to figure out a way to market that product to the marketplace. We need to be the first to bring a product like that to the marketplace. At the time, wearable hardware industry, as far as seeing the display, almost didn't exist. You know, especially in the delivery form like this in a glass product. It was a concept, it was an idea many companies are talking about to launch in 2021, launch in 2022, but it just wasn't available in the marketplace yet. And when we talked to TCL, they said that, hey, this was a concept model. How many of you guys ever seen concept cars from Mercedes or BMW, and they look like they came from year 2075? And you know that they're not making the car, they're just showing off their technology. And that's what they told us. They said, we're not planning to sell this product, we're not planning to produce this product, this was just the concept model. We spent several months convincing them that we should bring this product to the market. And after several months of many discussions, they've agreed to let us be part of the research and development and help us make this product. And they will launch the product where we will literally start with the exclusivity where we can market this product to the world before anybody else. And that's what's been able to happen in the last several months of time. And literally, we went through 7 different designs of different prototypes, different size, different weight, different design color, and different shape and different features. And after 7 different times, and even in the software, constantly updating and revising to really make sure that customers could have the best glass display experience out there in the market. That's how this product was created. So I want all the GPS influencers, maybe some of you are brand new, maybe some of you have been with us for a few weeks or a few months of time since the inception of our company. I want you to feel proud that you're part of an opportunity, you're part of a product launch that will be part of history. You know, right now that people are just seeing this and experiencing this, but what you have to understand is 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, people will be talking about MOLED G, 2021, world's first micro OLED display technology being installed in the glass product to bring it to the marketplace the way we're doing right now. So realize that you're part of history. Realize your company were part of developing this product. And I'm telling you, this is very special and something every single one of you should be proud of. So give yourselves a big hand for the official launch and the for being part of history like this right now. Let's take a look at I mean, you know, during the tour, we got to see some incredible influencers, some guests, and on the top left, Mr. David Nieves receiving his his TCL product. We were at a restaurant. I was sitting right next to him, and when he got it, we got to take a little picture. And that's me and Mr. Mike Lon on a plane. I'm flying over to Maui together from Houston, and literally 7.5 hours. It's one of the two. Either he don't like me or he loves MOLED G a lot, because in 7.5 hours, I don't think he talked to me for like 7 hours, because it was so immersed watching this TV series from Korea that he was watching. I mean, it was some of the pictures from our events we had in Connecticut. We just had so much fun. You know, this is a gentleman out in Oahu. You know, when we were getting together with him, I mean, it was his first experience of watching I don't know if you could hear the sound. He's like, the clarity is unreal, and he was just freaking out how amazing the product is. I mean, afterwards he was just like tripping. When we're in Maui, Circe, she was like,
this has changed the way you travel.
She said, this is changing the way you travel. She said, I can't imagine now traveling without having a 100-inch display, a movie theater experience. You know, this is a gentleman that Carla met at a restaurant, next table. He was freaking out. And you know what he just said? He said, man, a stranger, complete stranger, just next table to Carla from Las Vegas, sitting at one of my favorite restaurants, Leon Cafe. And she was just there. This other table, they saw them play with TCL MOLED G, and they wanted to know what it was. So she demonstrated for him. And here's what he said. He said, I was just ready to buy a new TV at home, but after experiencing this, I don't think I need to buy a TV. I just need this. And it's absolutely incredible. Complete stranger, not an influencer, stranger, just becoming customers just by trying on the product. You know, I also saw this video Mr. Rogers shared. Strangers on the street. Roger's asking, what's your name? Like, you don't even know him. These kids just sitting on the side of the street. He's like, oh man, can I see this? He's like, hey, let me see it. The other kid's like, give it to me, give it to me. I want to see it. And he tries it on. He's like, what the heck? I'm glad he didn't curse, you know, that wouldn't be a proper video, you know. But he's like, he can't believe it. He said it's comfortable, display's amazing. You could see that he's already wanting to play some mobile games with it. He said it's like a whole movie theater. That's what the kid just said. Complete stranger that Mr. Roger ran into by just walking down the street. He's like, everybody could see that everybody wants this product. You know, I'm telling you, in 21 years of being in business, marketing different products and services around the world, I have never seen a product. Every market I go in and do a presentation, and I said, who wants to try? It's not even, of course, influencers have their hands up. Of course, leaders are like, I want to try. Brand new guests that walked into the room negative, literally sitting like this, you know, that person is going, well, I want to try. I want to try. Every person and their mama, and also some dogs, want to try this product. You know, you've probably seen in social media so many products, pictures of dogs wearing it. I think they love it. I heard of a story of a dog, had it on for 30 minutes and didn't want to go anywhere. I don't know what he was watching, but that's absolutely incredible. This is Mr. Mike Lon on the plane. This is pretty much how he looked the whole time on the plane. He was so immersed. And you know what's amazing? Even after getting off the plane, walking to the baggage claim, he had it on the whole time. And the beauty is you could still have a 100-inch movie theater experience right in front of you, but you could still see everything around, which still keeps everything comfortable. So it's absolutely amazing what's happening. You know, here's what Mr. Wu said. Our first influencer from Korea, Mr. Wu, he said, hey, they do not have to be an influencer to buy TCL. You know, so many times as we go out there and get customers, we think that, hey, maybe I got to share the opportunity. It's okay. Get them as a customer. Once they become a customer, you know, that could also be interested in influencer. But remember that they don't have to be an influencer to buy TCL. This is the greatest and the easiest customer acquisition demonstratable product we have ever seen in the industry of direct sales. So get customers. That's a quote from Mr. Wu, which was our first influencer from Korea. Here's another very famous quote from Mr. Mike Lon. He's been sharing. He said, here we go. I love TCL MOLED G. When I went to the restroom I went to the restroom at the airport with it. I got to continue watching Korean TV series on 100-inch display while I was doing business. Now, he didn't say business, he said while I was peeing, but I didn't want to put that on there, you know, on a text, you know, but this is what Mr. Michael said. I'm telling you, he's been telling everybody about this. Why? I witnessed it. I almost wanted to take a picture and video, but my second thought was it wouldn't be proper to do that at a bathroom, you know, of someone doing their business. So, but I'm telling you, I have never seen a product like this, and it is absolutely amazing. Now, let's talk about customer acquisition of TCL. Number one, you want to master the product. Number two, you want to demonstrate every day. Number three, you want to demonstrate to everyone. And that is how you're going to master customer acquisition with this product. And if you can make it a lifestyle, and that's how you're truly going to be able to become an incredible leader, incredible entrepreneur, to take full advantage of this opportunity with TCL. You know, let's face it, just think about it. If you started a business, any type of business, I'm telling you that what's going to determine success or non-success is really going to start with, is it part of your lifestyle? Is this something you do every day? Is this something you try every day? Is this something that you demonstrate every day? Is this something that you cannot contain yourself from sharing with everybody around you that you possibly come across? If you get to that level about any product, I'm telling you, you could become successful, but no product better than TCL to do so. And I could tell you even right now, you know, this morning, it's still morning time in Korea. When I woke up after taking a shower, guess what I put on my face? So of course, the beautiful Ankana. Why? Because it's part of my lifestyle. I would refuse to put any face lotion or body lotion on my body, anything that's not I'm kind of beautiful. Why? Because it's our business. It's our product. You got to master the product. You got to use it every day. Make it a lifestyle. You have to demonstrate. Guess what I had for breakfast a little bit ago? I left a little bit just so I could drink some and say cheer with you guys. Well, guess what I had for breakfast? Just completing my breakfast. What is it? Of course, it's the organic OMG. Why? Because it's my lifestyle. Guess what I had for breakfast yesterday? Of course, Organica OMG. You know, so if you could do that with, last night I had a little shoulder pain because, you know, our VRLU CEO, Mr. James Shu, he's a beast, and he's been like getting me to work out with him whenever I'm in Vegas. You know, so I had shoulder pain. So guess what I do? I'm kind of fit. Of course, I put it over shoulder. And for me, I mean, I felt so much better literally in minutes, you know, before I went to bed. You know, so making it a lifestyle and learning and mastering the product with TCL, with MOLED G, with TCL 10 Plus, and every other product that you add onto your product portfolio as a business owner, you're going to be able to go out there, master customer acquisition, and be able to do some incredible things. Number one, TCL MOLED G and TCL 10 Plus. It is the easiest demonstratable product. It's the easiest customer acquisition product I have ever seen. And, you know, I could tell you, to all your friends and family, everybody you meet, just like Carla did, just like Susan did, even table next to them, even on a plane sitting next to someone, anybody. I've actually showed this to even a bank branch manager. I was at a bank and I said, oh, what are you doing now? And I was just telling him a little bit about it. I can't believe it. Eddie looks so cool, you know, looking at Zoom through his MOLED G right now. Incredible. You know, so like, and he was so excited about my excitement. I was like, what you've been working? Everywhere I go, I literally carry this with me. Everywhere I go, I literally carry this with me. That's why it's so cool and portable. I carry it with me. They're like, what's that? Is that Bluetooth speaker? Well, it's got speaker in it, but it's even better than that. I just show it to them. And once I have everybody experience, including my branch manager, I just talked to a friend out in UK. He's like, bro, can I get one? And I explained a little bit. He's like, bro, if I get one, my two other kids are going to fight. I better get three. You know, so he was ordering 3 of them. Everybody you demonstrate to, they want it. So you want to get good at demonstrating all the time. Now, number 2, you got to make it a lifestyle. I just mentioned it. You got to have it with you all the time. If you want to just verbally, it doesn't matter what you say with words. It's never going to be as effective as if you could demonstrate. So make it a lifestyle, use it all the time, and create your own stories. If more stories you have that you personally experience, easier it's going to be for you to go out there and share with other people as well. Number 3, all right? So now when you do demonstration, make it short and make it easy because it's going to be a better experience for everybody. Now, let's go into the phone first. Now, this is TCL 10 Plus. This is 10 Plus phone that once you receive the TCL device, TCL 10 Plus is going to come just like this. And right in the middle of it, you're going to see VRLU app preloaded onto the phone. Now, when you get this phone, it's kind of cool. If you have your phone, you could go to your phone. It's got a very advanced menu system that you could control so much, very easy way. So if you just scroll it down, there's one menu, but if you scroll down one more time, you could actually get the second portion of the menu. And if you go to the second portion of the menu, you can literally slide and there are more menu there. What I like to do is, this is an example, is I like to go to the dark mode. And when you go to the dark mode, everything goes to dark mode, and that actually saves even more battery, and it makes even experience, I think, cooler than, you know, the regular way. All right, so now, you know, dark mode is one, it's a kind of cool thing to do, and it saves battery, and you could do that right here. You know, it's dark mode. You could turn it on and off very easy. You know, so that's one thing that's really cool about this. And also the next vision is the patent technology that comes with this phone. The next vision, there's an app for it. If you go, it is automatically on this phone. But this is what's called SDR to HDR real-time conversion. So if you turn it off, you know, the picture may have been like this. Picture may have been like this. Picture may have been like this. But as soon as you turn it on, it does what's called real-time SDR to HDR conversion, and the color and everything gets more enhanced. So, you know, you want to leave it on, you know, for the better experience. If you're reading, if you look underneath it, it says reading mode. And if you are reading, you could click on reading mode, and it will literally dim the screen to give you the best experience in reading materials without, you know, being too bright or hurting your eyes. And also, you know, it's actually a better experience, you know, in saving battery as well. So, you know, there's a next vision mode, gives you so many different features to make sure that you have the best display experience. Now, I want to show you something really cool that those of you that maybe use iPhone or other phones may never had the opportunity to do. And that is called dual operating split screen. Now, let me show you dual operating split screen. I'm going to go here, and let's just say I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to play a video. And after that, here's what I'm going to do. So as I'm playing the video, I'm playing a video here on YouTube. You guys see that? Here's what I'm going to do. So when you go here at the bottom left, you see those three lines? You know, the three lines is it's to really see all the apps that's running at the same time. So while I'm playing YouTube, while I have YouTube playing, I just click this button, you know, and you could switch to other apps that's running. But also what you could do is, if you look at the top, do you see those two lines right there? If I click on the two line right here, what it does is now it's only using the top half of the screen for YouTube. Do you guys see that? Which means at the bottom, let's just say while I have YouTube going on, I want to go online and I want to go check out what's happening at GPS. So I go to the GPS website. So what this does is it gives you a full-on split screen where now you have a YouTube playing on top, and you have a just a web browser at the bottom, or whatever other app you want to split and do two different things on. Does that make sense to you? You know, it's really cool to be able to operate two programs at once and have a split screen like this. And now later, I'm going to show you how to do that. Having one operating on the phone screen display and having the other one operate actually on the glass as well, which is really cool experience. And if you want to just exit out of it, all you have to do is pull it down and you exit out of it, and it goes back to just using one. Does that make sense to you? You know, so I think that split dual operating, dual display is a really cool feature. A lot of phones don't offer that. I absolutely love it. Now, I want to, while we're on YouTube, I want to just show you something on YouTube. How many of you want to make sure when you're demonstrating, you want to give people the best display experience with the phone, right? You guys do, right? So here's what I would recommend. When you're demonstrating YouTube, here's what I would recommend. If you go to YouTube, Obviously, that screen looks amazing. Here's two things I would recommend when you're demonstrating on YouTube. You ready? So first thing I would recommend is when you're doing it, you could see it like this, which is cool, but I would zoom in so you could give them the full display experience on the phone. Does that make sense? So you could zoom in to have a full-on experience where you have a full 6.47-inch full display is being used for the display. But second thing I will make sure that I do every time I demonstrate is if you touch the screen on the top right, you will see a menu button. It's the three dots right there, okay? When you click on the three dots menu button, it gives you a bunch of menus about the YouTube video you're playing. And if you go there, the second one is going to say quality. Do you see? The second one is going to say quality. And if you click on quality, it depends on the quality of the video that's been uploaded on YouTube by whoever uploaded on there. Some videos only going to be 720, 720. Some videos only going to be 420. 480. Some videos are going to be 1080p. What I would recommend is if you have good internet, make sure that you're at least showing them 1080p or higher to give them a full experience of display. Does it make sense? So higher the number, better resolution it is. Now, so you don't want to demonstrate at YouTube and play a video that's only going to be, let's just say 480p. So same exact video, if you click on 480p, it's going to be blurry. Does that make sense? It's actually playing at a lesser pixel video. So right now it's at 480p. You could already see the difference. That video doesn't look the same. But if I just go here and click on quality and go down to 1080p, soon as you click on 1080p, you're going to see in seconds that color display, everything is going to be much higher resolution. Does that make sense to you? So make sure that when you're demonstrating YouTube video to show off the TCL display technology, make sure you're using 1080p or higher higher setting on the YouTube video, YouTube menu, and it's going to help you to show off the technology better. Now, next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Edge menu opportunity. What that is, I love this because, you know, sometimes as you download more and more apps, you got so many apps, right? And you want to navigate to your favorite apps quicker. So what this phone has is Edge menu side. So if you just go to the, if you go right here, there's a, if you look at your phone, there's a little line right here. And if you just swipe that, what happens is you could actually put your favorite menus on the side of the phone. Does that make sense? So, and how you add it is very easy. If you haven't added any app, you probably see it like that right now. And so all you have to do is click plus and pick the favorite apps you want to add on there, and you could add it very easy. So, you know, even when I'm demonstrating, here are the apps that I use the most, right? VRLU app, MOLED G app, Netflix app, YouTube app, Zoom app, or, you know, Asphalt 8 or different mobile games. And you could add even more. You want to add more, just swipe up and you could add even more on there. Does that make sense? So, you know, Edge menu is really cool feature that you could use as well. You can add it very easily. You know, and next I want to talk to you a little bit about the software update, which is really cool. Because we only launched this product literally, you know, a few weeks ago, but we've already done 2 major software updates. You know, it's just like anytime a new phone comes out, I guess, you know, you guys are probably used to it too. How many of you ever bought a brand new iPhone, but when you got home, first thing you had to do was software update, right? You know, so the reason manufacturers do that is because they want to update it and to give you the best experience all the time. Now, it is very important for every customer and yourself to do a full software update, because, you know, it's after we launched, we realized we wanted to, there are a couple things that we could tweak to make it better on your Netflix experience, your display experience, and your VRLU experience. So TCL pushed out 2 software updates already. Another one just happened yesterday. If you plug in, some of your phones may say that, hey, I just want to, so do you want to do an update now? If that pop-up happens, you could just click yes and just, it will automatically update. Some of you already done that. How many of you already done the software update? You want to make sure that every customer when they get it. And every time, you know, you want to make sure you have the latest update, just like iPhone, just like Samsung. All you have to do is go to settings. And if you go all the way to the bottom, it says system. Okay, at the bottom, it says system. And if you just go to system, the third thing it's going to say is system update. And when you go to system update, you could either click on check for updates. If there is any more updates that needs to be done, it would tell you that you could update it. And if it says that, you know, it's good, then you're already done with your update. Does that make sense? But if you haven't, if you received your device a few days ago, if you haven't updated yet, make sure you do the update because it enhanced your Netflix experience and your VRLU experience as well. After the software update, if you plug in the glass, as soon as you plug in the glass, if you haven't done it yet, it's gonna say, Sharon Jones, if this says no update available, that means your phone's already up to date. So now that I updated yesterday, I purposely didn't do this yesterday. Now, as soon as you plug in the glass, what does it say? It says firmware upgrade. You see that? So after you do the phone software update, when you plug it in, it's gonna say firmware upgrade. All you have to do is click on upgrade now, and it's gonna give you a full experience to do it. And now I just clicked on it, installing 70%, 80%. It's a pretty easy process, and it's just going to install, and it's going to be a done deal in just a few seconds. Just like Sharon Jones said, it's just say no update available, and you know you're up to date. Does it make sense? So now, after that, now let's talk a little bit about when you demonstrate the phone, how to give the best experience even better. Now, when you know, part of the reason our display is so amazing is because you know, it's the color enhanced, it's the HDR, SDR to HDR conversion. But to fully experience that, you want to make sure that your phone is set up for the as bright as possible. You know, usually what happens is this is going to be on auto. So when you pull down the menu, let me show you. When you pull down the menu right here, this is the brightness. You see this? This is the brightness. But if you leave it the way it is, it's going to be that A star, it's going to be lit up to blue. What that means is it's on auto. What that means is depends on the room setting, depends on your eyes. They want to make sure that they have the right brightness. So it's automatic. It will go dark. It will go bright automatically. But when you're demonstrating, because you're moving your phone around, you want to make sure that you keep it as bright as possible. That way they could have the best experience with the device. Does that make sense? So here's how you do it. All you have to do is scroll it and make it brightest and click on that A star and turn off the blue. Now it makes it where it's not automatic to go bright or dark. It would just stay on full brightness mode. Does that make sense to you? Very easy to do, right? All you have to do is right here, move it. And now I'm going to click back on automatic, and you will see that it will get darker automatically. Do you guys see that? You know, so it's going to do that automatically, but for demonstration purposes, make sure that you make it at as bright as possible and keep that off of automatic. That way they could experience the full experience. Does that make sense? Now, so far, how many of you guys got it all? And it's pretty simple. But how many of you could agree having the feature of dark mode, having the feature of split screen, having the features like this is pretty cool. I mean, if you have an iPhone, go try to do split screen. You know, you can't do it. You know, and the fact that we have it easy, just one button to do everything, it is absolutely amazing. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about camera. One of the greatest thing about TCL 10 Plus is the camera we have. You know, we actually have, couldn't get sidebar. All you have to do is right here, right here. All you have to do is just slide that. You have to do it right here where the buttons are. You'll see it right there. But Jillia, all you have to do is right there. You see it. It's easy. You try it. You get it done. All right. So now, let me talk to you a little bit about camera. This camera on this cameras, I shouldn't say camera, cameras, 5 cameras on this phone is absolutely incredible. So the first thing you want to do is, let's just say go to camera. We're going to go to camera. All right. So we're going to go to camera. And when you go to camera, here's where I love about this. Okay. If you go to camera, obviously right now it's on regular camera. You could take pictures, which is cool. But if you slide from auto, if you slide one to more, you're gonna see more options. Do you guys see this? And if you go to more options, it's incredible because you could do slow motion pictures right here. If you could click that and actually take pictures, it would take slow motion. If you click on stop motion and take video, it will do stop motion. It won't record regular video. It will be like stop motion pictures. It will be series of pictures to connect the video. And if you do light trace, which is super cool, if you click on light trace, when you're outside, you know, taking pictures of maybe cars driving or the city or whatever, it will literally, the lights will literally follow and actually give you a really cool experience pictures like this. So you could do that by just clicking on light trace when you're taking a picture. You could do panorama. Also, you could do super macro, which is like zooming in into an object and kind of blurring everything else out in a big way. That's super macro. High pixel picture, here's the key. How many of you guys, here's a quiz. What's the best camera megapixel on the phone? Anybody know? What megapixel is it? 48 megapixels. Now, as you know, iPhones are 12 megapixels. This has 48 megapixels. Now, but it's not automatically taking 48 megapixels every time because, you know, the size, file size, picture size is going to be way bigger if you take 48 megapixel picture. So it is set at 12 megapixel unless you go to either high pixel. You see that where it says high pixel? If you go to high pixel to take a picture, what does it say right there? Now you're taking a 48 megapixel picture. Are you guys following me? You know, so if you want to take a 48 megapixel picture, all you have to do is go to high pixel to do it, and you're going to get the best high resolution picture as possible. All right. So now we got out of the more menu, which is super cool. That's the reason why it has 5 different cameras, because each camera is designated to give you those features. If you go to auto, just taking a regular picture is kind of cool. Here's another thing that you could do. On the top left, there's a menu button. And if you go to the menu button, you could actually set, you know, how you want your camera to be. If you go to video quality and change to 4K, which is the, you know, 48 megapixel, you know, you could use, you could actually do that by clicking on there as well. Very easy to navigate. It's really cool because it has an AI camera. It automatically recognizes a lot of different scenes within the picture. I don't know how to use this yet. I'm gonna figure it out, but I love it because intelligence feature. What does the second thing say? What does it say? Can you guys see? Calorie detection. Calorie detection. It says that it has an AI program. When you take a picture, it could actually estimate the calorie of the food that you're taking a picture of. So I'm really interested in that. I haven't tried it yet, but you know, it's super cool. Also has AI composition, provide best frame guys for portrait shots anytime you're taking a portrait picture as well. So it's super cool. If you want to do fun features like dark shot, you could do that right there as well. I've added the touch to capture. Touch to capture, you could turn it on or turn it off, which is cool. And the volume button, you know, if you see the volume button, if you want to take a picture by just pushing a volume button, you could just turn that on and off right here as well. You know, and you could decide right here if you want to do watermark. If you do watermark, every picture you take, it will say that TCL 10 Plus with the display greatness, you know, so it's kind of cool. I'll show it to you in a second. And also you could save the location information on every picture, or you could leave it off. I have that off, but I just want to show you 2 things: touch to capture and the watermark. I think it's really cool. So here's what I'm going to do. So first thing, I'm going to show you taking a touch to picture thing. What that means is if I just go here and if I touch it, now it took a picture. So instead of coming here to push it, I could just touch the screen and I could take a picture. So I think it's a cool feature. It's easier to actually, and also now here's a really cool function about this. I'm gonna take a picture of us, all right? I'm gonna take a picture of us, and when I go to the picture, when I go to the picture that I just have taken, at the bottom left, what do you see? TCL 10 Plus display greatness. So if you turn the watermark button on in the menu, every picture you take, you could actually have it say 10 plus, TCL 10 plus display greatness. Now, that's up to you if you want to have that on or not, but you know, it has the feature to do so. Does that make sense? Cool camera, so many features, you know, video, you know, portrait, you know, super night. Try it. You know, turn the lights off at your home, make it dark, and go to, if you slide to the right just a couple more times, it will say super night vision, super night mode. If you go to super night and take a picture in a dark room, you'll be amazed at the quality of the picture, and it will actually light up and you'll actually be able to do it. And also, if you go to pro, this is for professional cameras. You want to be able to control your own lenses. You want to be able to control your brightness. You want to be able to control everything. You can literally do everything by just going to the pro mode. It's an incredible camera, a lot of different features, and I think everybody's going to have a great time. Does that make sense? So play with it. Remember, mastering customer acquisition starts with you mastering the product. You don't have to be a techie person. You don't have to be high tech. This is all simple. Just play buttons. You can't mess it up. If you mess up something, all you have to do is click the button to reset. That's it. And it will go into the original mode. You can't mess it up. Just have fun with it. Now, should you demonstrate all this to every customer? Answer is no. You shouldn't do this to everybody. But if you're getting a customer, but if they're a tech person, if they're into taking high quality pictures, you show them some of these features in the camera, you know, that may be the reason why they get the phone, because I believe this truly has one of the best cameras on any phone out there, especially in the price range that we're offering this product. All right. So now let's go to the VRLU app, okay? Now, the VRLU app, which is super cool, all you have to do is, I love this VRLU app, you know, even way more than the app we had on Pico. Now, because when you go to the app, first couple things. On the top right, you see those three lines right there? If you click on that menu, that's a filter button. And the filter button, what it allows you to do is you could actually just go get English content or Korean content or Japanese content or all of it at once in the menu. Before, we didn't have that functionality. So you had to literally scroll through all the other countries' contents to maybe get to the content you wanted to see. So now it allows where if I just click on English, and I apply, only contents I'm going to see are the contents from the United States. Does that make sense? So it makes the experience so much better. So I think it's something that you guys should be familiar with. And number two is these were added that we didn't have in the Pico VRLU app, which is continue watching. If I started watching something and if I didn't finish, I don't have to go find my master to find that video anymore. Now, all the videos I was watching, I didn't finish. There's continue watching, and all I have to do is click on it, and I could continue watching from where I left off, which is really cool. And also, if you go to all the contents, instead of just picking English, if you go to all, there is a free preview section. What that means is even people that don't have the subscription yet, even the customers that maybe you just got them as a TCL customer, they don't have a login yet, right? If they just go to free preview, they could experience some of these contents for free, so they could experience the full 360 experience of VR glass experience by maximizing their TCL MOLED G experience. And once they try it, they think it's cool. Now you could get them as a VRLU customer as well. You know, so, you know, to be able to do this, you see this? You can move around with your finger 360 degree, have a full-on 360 experience, a VR experience, you know, through VRLU. You could have some free preview experiences to go out there and get customers with. So that's really cool that we just added on there. Feature experiences are all the classes that you could get, you know, so those classes are on there. But also, I love this part where you could just pick your favorite and you could save it. So all you have to do is, let's just say I want to make him my favorite. All you have to do is go there, and if you see at the bottom right, it says favorite. And if I just click on favorite, now he's just going to be added to my favorite menu. And all I have to do is find him on my favorite menu. So, you know, since we have over 1,100 different contents now, you may not want to navigate through everything. So just go pick out your favorite person on here. You know what's so cool? This guy, Ethan, right here, he was my personal trainer in Japan when I used to go to Japan every month. So, you know, he won best body of Japan competition, nationwide competition 3 times. It was first place, winning the best body of Japan competition 3 times. he became my personal trainer in Japan. His rate is $200 an hour, $200 a session, $200 a session. You know what's cool? We have him on VRLU. Now I could actually work out with him anytime I want. I don't have to schedule it anytime I want. I just put the glass on and I could train with them for free, going through his routine of workout, fitness training for free, which is incredible. It's included in the subscription. Les Brown, of course, one of my favorite. UFC, one of my favorite. Victor Butler, I love this guy. He's incredible. 5-time Dallas Cowboys. He's a retired. He just retired from NFL a couple years ago. He's an influencer as well. It's cool. And when you're demonstrating, another thing that I really like is like somebody like Britt Rainwater. Some of her courses, there are actually 4 instructors standing there to teach Pilates together, which is yoga together, which is cool because you could experience full 360. You don't just see an instructor in front of you, you could see the instructor left side, right side, even behind you. And it's a really cooler, working out yoga, Pilates, a lot of these experiences. Even Mr. Davey Liu, I love being in his art studio where he's drawing here, but you see all these other artworks right there, animation work right there in the room. It's a full-on good 360-degree experience. So make sure that you guys are doing that. Now, here's another thing that I'll recommend. When you're demonstrating with people, give them things that gives them more experience with 360-degree experience. Here's one thing I'd like to do. Here's a really cool one. If you go to the Kart Racing one, this is done by #1 racer in Korea. If you go to episode 0, it wasn't a class, it was a fun content. It's kind of cool because it almost feels like you're in a game. And it's cool because it's cool because it's on a cart like this driving, and automatically, as soon as you put the glass on someone, automatically as this cart is turning, it makes you want to turn. If not, you're gonna like run into a wall. So like, every time I put the glass on somebody and give them an experience like this, they're always going like this because they feel like they're actually in the car. Does that make sense? So find your favorite content to demonstrate. I love showing the surfing one because you feel like you're on water, you're surfing, and you have a full-on beautiful 360-degree experience. I love the cable car traveling one. And to show Master Academy, I show him Mr. Les Brown, which is really cool experience. I show Davey Liu a lot because his art studio where he does animation is super cool, that you could really experience 360 fully. I love showing John Wood, UFC, UFC coach, because you feel like you're actually in the octagon as you're learning. I love showing Britt or Tracy teaching Pilates or yoga because you could actually show a full-on 360 degrees, especially the ones that has multiple instructors. It's a really cool experience, but you got to go through it. You got to go through it. Find content that you personally have interest in, that, just find the best contents that you could explain for you to do as well. On the TCL initial update, it's amazing. It automatically updated the VRLU app. However, I would check that, you constantly update VRLU. All you have to do to check to see if you have the latest version on VRLU is just go to Play Store. Just go to Play Store and go search for VRLU. And when you go to search for VRLU, you see how he says open right there? Yep. If it's not up to date, it would just say update. You see it on there? Okay, you already see it on there. Perfect. So if you go on to VRLU app, if it hasn't been fully updated yet, you could just click on it and update. He asked, can you put an expandable micro SD card? It already has a room for micro SD card, and you could put up to 256 gigabyte, 256 gig micro SD card in here. I already have it. And since I'm talking about it, let me show it to you. It's kind of cool. Whenever any of you want to have more memory space, just pull out, just put, you know how to do it. That's where you put the SIM card in, right? Put the pin in there, and you pull that out. Where one side goes SIM card, the other side is the micro SD card that you could put in. And when you put in the micro SD card, which I already did, in the micro SD card, whatever you download into the micro SD card, you go to this file manager. You see that? You go to this file manager and it will say SD card, internal or SD card. If I go to SD card, guess what I have on there? I have a bunch of movies on there. I have Wonder Woman, I have Honest Thief, or Kill Mode, Monster Hunter. One of my friends downloaded all these movies for me. So I have all these movies even downloaded on the SD card that I could demonstrate and watch even if I don't have internet, even if I don't have Wi-Fi. Isn't that pretty cool? So yes, it does have a micro SD card. You know, the best way, what is the best way to learn anything? To do it. If you try to understand that all and try to do it, you're never gonna get it. The best way to understand it is to go out there and do it, and do a lot of it. And all of you as entrepreneurs, as a business person, as an influencer, you can actually learn all these very easily. Now, as you know, that all you have to do is here's what I recommend. When you plug in the glass, the first time when you plug it in, you're gonna see a pop-up similar to this saying, hey, do you wanna connect to smart glass launcher or phone mode? Now, what I would recommend is go to phone mode, okay? Go to phone mode, and at the bottom left, there's gonna be a box. There's gonna be a box, and that you could click on that says, don't ask again. Do not ask again. The reason for that is, if not, every time you plug it in, it's gonna ask you if you wanna use the launcher mode or the phone mode. Does that make sense? So make sure that you go set it as a phone mode, but set it check the box at the bottom left so it doesn't ask you every time. The reason for that is when you demonstrate, you want to make sure that you can see what they see. You control what they see, and how you do that is by doing it on the phone mode. Now, when you go to phone mode, obviously, whatever I'm seeing here is what you're seeing on the glass. Demonstrate YouTube, demonstrate mobile games, you know, and you could do all those things. Now, here's what I think it's pretty much self-explanatory, you know, so I think all of you, I probably don't have to go through it all. However, here's what I do want to show you real quick is when you go to VRLU, it's so important, and this is where they say, wow. You know, when you go to VRLU and give them an experience, now I cannot turn with my fingers anymore. Soon as you plug in the glass, it's wherever the glass goes, it's a real motion tracking 360 degrees movement to actually see whatever, you know, to actually experience like you're there in an immersive experience, right? So you want to make sure that you're giving them an experience of this, you know, so make sure that you're doing that properly. But next thing I want to show you, which is extremely important, is when you come out, I'll recommend that you close all the apps. And closing all the apps, very easy. Just push that 3-line menu and whatever apps you have going. So if I have that app going, if I have this app going, whatever app I have going, if I come out, you see the apps there. I could switch apps, or I could do clear all. And if you clear all the apps are closed. And once apps are closed, I would recommend you personally use dual operating by going here. Okay, if you click on the MOLED G app, do you guys see the MOLED G app? If you click on MOLED G app, two very important things right here that I want you guys to know. Two important things. One is where it says screen sharing to MOLED G glasses on, it says phone mode, because that's what we said earlier. If you click on that, it's gonna give you an option to stay on phone mode or go to smart glasses launcher. Do you guys see that? If you go to smart glasses launcher, it's really cool because your phone turns black because it just turned into a mouthpiece, a mouth touchpad. What that means is now this became your mouse to actually navigate, and you don't see anything here, but I see a complete desktop mode here, okay? Now this is cool because I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go click on Netflix. I'm gonna click Netflix. I'm gonna get Netflix open, and I'm gonna watch, let's just say, I'm gonna just play something, all right? So I play this video. Now this movie's playing, all right? So as this movie's playing, which really is cool, as this movie's playing, which you could hear the sound, I could exit out of here, all right? I could exit out of here and movie is still playing and it doesn't disrupt. Okay, so when you exit, I could go to literally YouTube. I could go to my text message. I could go to my email. I could go Google, and I could go out there and do everything on my phone and still run a complete one computer here, almost like one phone here, while one is happening here. Do you guys still hear the sound here? Movie is still playing. So movie is still playing, which means this is the key. This is the key for this product. It's dual operating and dual display. Does that make sense? The reason we sell this together is because if you plug in with other phones, they're not going to have these features. But the fact that you could have a movie playing while you work on your phone. You know, last time, think about it. If you're watching Netflix, if you got a text message, you had to go to your text message app and you had to come back to Netflix. Right here, you could completely do both, full display, full screen without any interruption. Does that make sense? Now, here's a very important part about this. When you do this, sometimes when you try to play Netflix, you're going to see a black screen and you hear the sound, but you won't see it. Whenever that happens, on a glass launcher mode, whenever you exit out of it and bring the phone back to the regular phone screen, it's going to make sure that it plays. And the reason it does it is because it's on a dual display. You know, it wants to make sure that it's only playing on one. So when you exit out of one, it actually plays on the other. All right. Any other time, if you're is clear and actually start fresh. Here's the reason why. Here's what we do sometimes. You see how we were on the glass launcher mode? So I'm on a glass launcher mode, right? Glass launcher mode. And I exited it like this. So you exit by pushing the home button. You know, when you exit out of it, I forgot that it's still running. Listen carefully. I forgot that it's still running on the glass launcher mode in the glass mode. Does that make sense? So I forgot that it's running there and I'm trying to play Netflix or trying to something here. Well, you can't run same program two places. You know, you have to play two different things, right? So because of it, it may not play Netflix here if it's already playing here. Does that make sense? So the easiest way to do it is, I don't want to get complicated. All you have to do is go to the menu and clear all and close all the apps and kind of start fresh, and it should work every time. All right. You know, so get familiar with it. If you haven't messed around with it, maybe half of the stuff I'm saying to you, you don't understand yet because you haven't tried it yet. All you have to do is go try it and you will understand what I'm talking about. Go to MOLED G, go to glass launcher mode. That way you could experience the desktop mode and you will be blown away when you see it. All right. Now, one more thing I want to tell you about the MOLED G app, which is important. When you have the glass on, listen carefully. When you plug in the glass, because it has speakers here, automatically your sound is going to come through the glass. But if you want to change the sound into a Bluetooth earpiece, here's all you have to do. Go to MOLED G app, and at the bottom, it's going to say audio output. Do you guys see that? If you just click on audio output right now, it says MOLED G. If I want to use the phone speaker, all I have to do is click my phone. If I have a Bluetooth connected, all I have to do is click on the Bluetooth, which you're going to have an option to. Click on the Bluetooth, and the sound is going to come through your Bluetooth. Does that make sense? Easy to navigate. You just got to push the buttons. You got to try it, and you just got to get familiar with it. All right. Yes. Yep. That's yep. Yes. Smart glass mode. Yes. Sorry, I'm just reading through notes. I was training without the notes, and now I'm catching up on my notes. All right. Yep. So I think I've explained the basics of understanding the features of the phone. Some of you are like, there's so much here. Well, you know, it's cool. It's cool. You know, as a consumer, it's cool. But as an influencer, to be able to go out there and get a lot of customers, more features you know. You don't have to explain all this to customers. When I demonstrate to customers, I don't explain 99% of these, but you knowing it, being able to give them the experience, if their interest falls into one of these areas, it's gonna all obviously help you to get a lot more customers. Does that make sense? So it's not that you have to know all these. Customers don't have to know all these. I don't know who TCL 10 Plus is, but can you please DM me all the questions? Last question. What does the button on the left side of the phone do? Right side is power and left. That is, oh, it's when you actually do reset, when you do, you could do a setting to actually use that for whatever. So you could DM me all these questions. I'll answer. I actually be able to spend more time answering all of you guys as well. All right. So now here's the thing in closing is why 10 Plus, understand that 10 Plus and MOLED G has to go together. And I think by me spending last, an hour or so explaining the product a little bit, you could see that having both is important because, when you plug this in and think about this, when you go to the phone mode, right? If you plug this into any other device, their phone does not turn into touchpad mouse. It doesn't. Phones don't have that functionality. TCL 10 Plus does. Having the dual display, dual operating separately, it only works on TCL 10 Plus. So if somebody may say, hey, I want the glass, but do I really need to get the phone? Well, it's like, hey, I want to buy this computer monitor, but I don't want to buy a computer. It's like you can't really do it. Hey, I want to buy a printer, but I don't want to have the printer ink. Well, it just doesn't work that way. For you to experience everything on this device, you need both. And that's why, because the glass and phone was developed together. In the market, if you go Google or YouTube, you're gonna find TCL 10 Plus because that phone was a phone that launched by TCL last, just a few months ago. So you could actually learn more about the phone even on YouTube. However, this TCL 10 Plus that comes with TCL MOLED G, our phone, is a different, it's enhanced, upgraded version than the regular TCL 10 Plus they launched a few months ago. Because the regular TCL 10 Plus launched in the market does not have a dual display chip, does not have a dual operating. It only works on our TCL 10 Plus because we developed it with the glass. Does that make sense? So understand that you need both of them together to have the sound functionality. You could choose to either use this sound or that sound or this sound, dual operating, dual display as well. All right. So here's the deal. Take time. Hey, only reason I got familiar with a lot of these features is because I played with it. I used it. I've been using it for several weeks, right? And I've looked online and found different materials as well. All right. So the key is get familiar with it by using a lot of it, and all you have to do is just let people experience. This is the easiest demonstratable product, which you're already doing. Let people try it, and it will help you to get a lot of customers. Remember, I'm only training you because you guys are influencers and you guys have big plans to become influencer 25K this year. You don't have to train any customers. Hey, when you buy an iPhone, you just buy phone, and even though there are so many features, majority of people just answer the phone and use Instagram and take pictures. That's it. They don't need to know all the features for them to be a customer. Your customers don't need to know any of these. It will just be good for you, and it will give you a lot more confidence for you if you get familiar with it as an influencer. Does that make sense? So don't overwhelm customers with explaining, just let them try the product. But more easier it's gonna be for you to get customers. So in closing, just remember, this is world's first micro LED VR glass bundle set with TCL 10 Plus we're bringing to the market. We're world's first, we're part of history. Number two, we have a very unique opportunity for a short amount of time. I believe in the next few months or a year, you walk into Best Buy, you're gonna see a bunch of glass products. Right now, you don't. I believe we only have a couple months or a few months before there are gonna be other products in the market and there are gonna be other distributors in the market. Right now, we have a very unique opportunity. And it's the timing. How many of you agree opportunity is all about time, right? Somebody bought Bitcoin last month, maybe they made some money until last week. 2 days ago, it dropped 17%. Someone that just bought it 3-4 days ago just lost 17% on their money. Opportunity is all about timing. Would you guys agree with that? So you want to make sure that you give effort and you input when the timing is right for you. And the timing of this opportunity, I could tell you right now, is right now, next couple of months and few months before the market gets flooded with distributors and different products of glass products in the market. Right now is the time to get a lot of customers. Now, number 3, how many of you could agree with me you have never bought a product that was perfect before? How many of you ever bought a car before? How many of you ever had to get your car fixed or serviced before? How many of you ever seen recall from BMW, Mercedes, and Toyota and everybody? How many of you guys seen those? How many of you guys ever got an iPhone and literally the first day you come home, your battery was not, it wasn't turning on properly or different things? How many of you guys know that those are normal, those things happen? How many of you guys understand that? Well, no Hyundai product is perfect. No Mercedes product is perfect. No Apple product is perfect. No Microsoft product is perfect. How many of you are old enough to remember when Windows first came out, you turned the computer and Windows pop-up happened, literally a couple minutes of using it, it was pop-up, poo, 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 and we wouldn't even let you stop. And it would literally have 50, 60 different pop-ups of an error message. How many of you guys remember those days? That's why it went from Windows 1 to Windows 2, Windows 3, Windows 4, Windows 5, all the way to 10, and they had no more numbers to go. They went to Windows X to Windows XP, and after that, they just gave up naming because they're like, dude, we're gonna have to use trillion, if we have to name every time we have an error. How many of you understand that that is part of business? How many of you guys understand that? So understand that, yes, I know we spend millions of dollars developing this product. Yes, it's produced by a $55 billion company. Yes, it's world's first micro OLED glass product. Yes, it's an amazing product. Understand that as amazing as it is, it's not perfect. And you have to, as an entrepreneur, as an influencer going out there and marketing it, you have to know that it's not perfect. But it's good enough for 99% of customers to enjoy. And anytime there's an issue, we will work together and make that customer satisfied by whatever we have to do to make sure that they still have a good experience with us next time. That's all companies could do. That's all Apple could do. That's all Samsung could do. That's all TCL could do. That's all GPS could do. That's all you could do. So I don't want you to ever have one bad experience and go, hey, man, I can go out and get customers. I had this experience. There is no such a thing as a perfect product. That's why it's always improving, always innovating. And you are now not just a customer, an entrepreneur, influencer to go out there and build a business that's going to generate millions of dollars for your family. And I'm telling you, you need to walk in there as an entrepreneur mindset. Does that make sense to you? I believe in the future, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years from now, I believe there are going to be wireless products once the 5G internet set up everywhere and the technology and everything operating is faster. I believe that there will be wireless versions in the future. I also believe in several years from now, it won't even be a glass like this. It will be contact lens that gives you a full-on display to have like an IMAX. I believe that's where the future is headed for all these products to come. So understand that it's always going to improve, always going to innovate. I know that what you feel, probably we all know and we all feel as well. We just got to have a business approach with this product and become a master. Go out there and be confident about the product, be confident about the industry, confident about the opportunity, and know that you have the best opportunity available in the world to position you for the wearable hardware industry opportunities, and go out there and make it happen. Remember, don't be a participant of GPS. Be a business owner of GPS. Go out there and own your business, own your product, own your customer acquisition results, own your experience, and let's go out there and make it happen.